everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I'm sharing with you some more artist trading cards for our hashtag event of making an artist trading card each day in June 2021. And if you want to look at all the beautiful artist trading cards that people have been making and sharing everywhere, you can use the hashtag ATCAD2021. Just search that in Google or whatever type of search engine you use, and you'll come up with lots of stuff. Also, if you belong to our art community on Facebook, you can find that in the albums, the photo albums. There's all kinds of inspirational, beautiful ATCs for you to view. An ATC is 3.5 by 2.5 inches, and it is the size of a playing card or a trading card, like a baseball trading card or a Yu-Gi-Oh trading card or something like that. And a long time ago, I don't know how long, artists started making little art bits like this to trade at conventions or to trade online. There's lots of swap groups out there where you can make them and trade them with other people. I store mine in baseball trading card storage sleeves in a 3-ring binder. That's one way to store them. So fun little things, a good way to develop a daily art practice. This first one, I was using different clippings and things from magazines, and I built up a little scene of the ocean side, and I used a piece that had like waves and stuff in the background, and then I put a map on the edge. Then I had cut out, before this, I had cut out some sand castles, and that was from a magazine as well. And I glued those down as kind of the front part of the scene, and then you have the ocean and the rocks and the waves in the background and a little bit of map to show travel to the beach. I'm theming all my cards, well, a lot of them, that I've been doing as I'm traveling. I've been theming them around places that I've visited. I'm on a long driving trip with my best friend since forever, and we're just driving and going to different national parks and state parks and whatever we find interesting. So we were at the beach. We were at the California beach, and we were also at the Oregon coast beaches. So that's what this one is about. I did a little bit of shading with a watercolor brush from Pentel, and then I'm gluing on this little thing that says sunshine, because one thing that's been going on during our trip is that a lot of the places we visit, including where I am right now, which is Oregon, is having record high heat. And so sunshine is a big theme in this travel. Definitely lots of sunshine. So I had gotten a little bit of schmutz on my card there from my hands, and so I tried to wipe it off, and I wiped off a little bit of the pretty pink color on that little card, and so I filled it back in with an even darker pink, which I like better, of a Posca pen. That's an acrylic paint pen, and I also used that to splatter a little bit, because that was the only place that pink was located in the entire scene. So I figured I need a little pink throughout, so I splattered with my pen. Then, just to finish it off, I used a Stickles glitter glue to make some shiny stuff within the scene and down at the sand. I did put a piece of sand, I want to say sandpaper, but it was a magazine picture of sand at the bottom as well. So that one was done. Another thing that I was thinking about on our travels, and why we're now in my best friend's hometown, is that she really needed to come back and see her kitties, because she has 2 very adorable cats that she loves at her house. And of course, her mom and her daughter are taking care of them, but she missed them, because when you have a pet, you're constantly, those are your companions. And of course, our pandemic just got over. Well, it's not really still over. I mean, it's kind of over. And so she's been at home for a year and a half with her kitties and seeing them every day. So she missed them. She wanted to come home and see her kitties. So I figured I'd make a little kitty ATC in honor of her kitties and her love of them. So this is a cutout that was from a magazine. I trimmed it out away from its background, this cute little kitty. It's a kitten. Hers are grown cats, but still, it's a cat, right? And this background is alcohol ink on UPO paper, one that I already had made previously. So I used my U-glue stick to glue down the cat, and then it was cut off at the bottom, so I wanted something more organic across the bottom to kind of separate the card from the cat. So I put a little torn piece of paper that had been gel printed on black text weight paper across there. It has a little bit of pink and orange in it, which is the same colors as the background. And then I had this little thing that was like some sort of acetate, and I want to glue that on there. It says happy with you, which is, you know, kind of how you feel with your pets. You're happy to be around them, and they're certainly happy to see you, except for when we got back to Oregon and she went to her house to visit her cats. They were being very standoffish, and they were like, we don't know you. You've been gone for a month. Who are you? Because she had come to my house for a while, and then we were taking this trip, and so she's been gone from these kitties for a while, and they were not too happy about that, and they were a little bit standoffish. So they did warm up the next day. They weren't so mad, but for a while they were kind of mad. One thing that I do like to do on magazine collage, I like to use a little bit of matte medium, and I just used a fluid matte medium, and I put it on there in a blob, and then I used a baby wipe to kind of pounce it around. I don't like how shiny the magazine pages are when I do a magazine page collage. I did that on the first one too, just to get the shininess off. So then I had this little stamped feather, and I thought it would look really cute as kind of a little headband for the cat. So I put that on, but I messed it up a little bit because when you have a tissue paper or a napkin, it's really easy to tear it once it's gotten moist with the matte medium, the fluid matte medium. So I did tear it a little bit, and I'm going to have to fix it up with my Posca pins, which is fine. You'll never know I tore it. And I did draw a little headband to hold the feather as well. So I guess this kitty is kind of like a flapper from the 20s or something. I don't know. You know, stuff happens on these cards. I used a gray Posca pin to just add some shading around the cat because I wanted it not to look like it was just stuck on there, but to be more blended into the composition. And then I used some fine tip Posca pins in bright pink and yellow, which are kind of the colors in the background as well, to add some color to the headband and the feather so that it would be more fancy, of course. I used the white pin as well to highlight some of the whiskers and bring them across the card as another element across the card. And I finished it off with some ink around the edges as well as the Stickle glitter glue. This one, I just think it's really versatile. It adds that sparkle and shine, but it picks up whatever color is in the card already because it's just iridescent glitter with inside of a glue, and it doesn't flake off and get all over everything and have glitter everywhere. So it's good stuff. So that was the next one I did. I can't really tell you what numbers these are because I don't know at this point. I've just been making ATCs all month, and that's it. So my third one for today is also alcohol ink on UPO paper, and it's got some kind of like olive greens on it. And then sometimes if you have a non-porous surface like UPO paper and you do alcohol ink on it, it will kind of puddle up in places and be a little bit sticky, and you can put foil sheet over it and press it down, and where that sticky part is, it will grab the foil. And so I thought that was really cool. And it has that little bits of gold on it. So I added a couple more pieces of collage. All three of these were fairly quick cards. I didn't go too crazy on these. Sometimes you just gotta do it. I was at someone else's house. I was live streaming, and I didn't want to be in that space where I'm like so focused because people are in the house. There's dogs. There's whatever. It's not my house, so I didn't want to just be all in my head. I was split focus a little bit. So I did want to make some awesome, beautiful things, but not be so spending so much time on them. So this one, I added a piece of paper that had some kind of tan and rust colors because I thought that went really well with the olive background. It's a good, interesting colors to go together. And then also a piece of that map paper, which has got kind of that off-white color as well. And then I found a piece of green that had kind of a swirl on it, and I just tore that one and put it on there. Glued them down with my Yoo-Hoo glue stick. And then I used a Stencil Girl stencil to stencil that same kind of rusty color. It's a Dina Wakley acrylic paint named Sedona, and it really is the color of the rocks of Sedona in Arizona. Love the color. I added a Tim Holtz sticker that's one of those ones from quotes from a book because it also has that same kind of off-white Titan buff color. I used a India ink pen, which is a Faber-Castell pet pen, to add a little bit of shading around things. And I think my finishing touch might have been, I used a white Posca pen to go around that kind of ladder pattern that was coming down. I added some brown ink around the edges, and I think it might be done. Maybe I added some glitter. I did. I had some glitter glue as well. I was wishing I had something that was like a stick-on gem or something, but I don't have something like that with me. So anyway, that's it for me today. Please thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share. All those things help my channel, and I would be very appreciative. Bye-bye.